What's happening, everybody? What's going on? Thor, Thunder Truck in the evening. Shannon, Thomas Trucking. What's going on? Let me go over here. Get this microphone out of the way a little bit. Let me see what else we can put up over here on this screen so we don't have to look over at another screen and all that good stuff. Robert Forrest, what's happening? All right, good evening. Wisconsin day on my 34. Long week. Well, it's probably pretty cold. Cold in Michigan, right? What's up, Mark? What's happening? We'll try to add Mark's comment to the broadcast. Let's see if we can get in there. All right, there you go. So we will be giving away some trucking office swag if anybody is interested in t-shirt, hat, or something like that. We got a few items we can give away during this broadcast. What's up? Big Max in the house. Anybody else that wants to join in, if they want to, you can come live. If you just click on the screen, we'll let you in. Yeah, so I gotta switch this around a little bit. Bear with me. We're just gonna do some technical stuff here. We'll get that screen over there so I can see it right there, and then we'll put this screen underneath it, and there you go. That's what we'll do, just like that. And maybe we'll slide this one over here and slide that one over there and put this up here. So I'll take a 3X, he says. Well, there is no 3X, Jason. It's 2X, you know. There you go. Driver success. Seeing you recommend trucking office and access. What's the difference? There is a difference. Watch the videos. You'll see the difference. So, for example, you know, I'm going to show trucking office right here. We're going to do a giveaway of, we have a couple shirts and hats left over from Matt's. So figured anybody wants to be part of that giveaway, we'll do that. Trucking office is easy to use, right? If you, here, let me go to this. Let me go to the screen and show you. We'll bring it up on the screen. So this is your main dashboard when you sign in. It's self-explanatory, really easy. It goes in steps. So load planner, you click on it to plan a load. Trips, loads, etc., 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 right? So as we take a look at the load planner, and I could zoom in on that so you could see. But if you click on this load planner button, here's loads that are planned. All you got to do is click add a planned load and then just start filling it out. Customer, your pickup, your delivery, and that is it. You can put in the fee and any stop-off fees, TARP fees, lumper, additional fees, and hit save, and that goes into your load planner. So I'll show you how easy that is. It's really simple. It's a 7-step process from start to finish on picking up the load, you know, signing it, picking it up, delivering it, and invoicing it, and so forth. So if we put customer in here, and let's say we just say Uber, and then we go here, and let's just say it's picking up right there. You can pick a date, say it picks up on the 10th, and go over here and say, let's say it delivers on the 11th to, let's say Joplin, Missouri. You can go in here and put in your bill of lading. You can also put in a weight, quantity, and so forth. If you have another pickup, you can just click the button and add another pickup below it. If we don't, we just exit back out. Same thing for delivery. Now these driver instructions, this is only if they have the ELD app. If you have the ELD, trucking office ELD in your truck, whatever you put here is going to show up on their app. Same thing with bill lading. So you come down here to this section, the fees and charges. So let's say if this load paid $3,200, you just put $3,200 in there. It is a flat fee, but as you can see, the drop-down menu will give you per mile, per hundredweight, per ton, per quantity. Fuel surcharge amount, you can put that in there. And if they get a percentage per mile or flat, additional charges, detention, and so forth. So you can put anything you need in here. You put it in there, then hit save. So when you save it, you can attach a rate con. It's really simple, screen by screen. You hit attach rate con, choose a file, and then you upload it, right? Let me go back to that load real quick. So here we are in the load we just set up. So you see how there's steps? You have your plan load step, your trip, transit, delivered, BOL, invoice, and paid. So this is the trip. We're going to assign it. You just say add trip, the little green button. Really simple. Click the add trip button. Go down here, select a driver, right? It's automatically going to put the tractor and trailer number in there for you. And you scroll on down and you pick what load out of the load planner they're going to do. We're going to say it's this one. And then you can add a routing stop if you want. You can add fuel expenses at this time, but they're not going to have any because it's just starting. So you just hit save. Now that's in the trip status. It's been dispatched. Right? Been dispatched. So now they're rolling on it. When they get to delivery and they upload the bill and stuff, then it'll go to the 5 right here, right? Then you invoice it and then it's paid. So if you go down on the trip, really easy, you'll see the settlement tab. This shows you the settlement, his percentage, base pay and everything. Revenue, expense per mile, revenue per mile, profit per mile. You go on down here to the load, the actual load of it. You can attach a rate con, attach a BOL. You can create an invoice and so forth. And this will give you the miles by state, loaded, empty, and his route, 1, 2, and 3. From Illinois to McAllen, Alabama to Joplin, Missouri. It'll also give you a revenue per mile. So all you got to do, once they delivered, they put the bill, you attach the bill in there, you'd hit create invoice. Now let's say we're going to give it to Thunder Funding. We just type in Thunder Funding and we hit create invoice at the bottom. That's simple. Now the invoice. Now we can send the invoice via email. We can enter the payment to enter it all out. But as you see on the steps of this load right here, we're all the way over here to the invoice part. If we got paid on it, we could enter payment. Then the payment's $3,200. But if you're factoring and you have a factoring fee, you can easily go in here, pick your fee, and I just say Thunder fee. So whatever your percentage is, let's say it's 3%. And if you add the fee, it takes it out automatically for you and shows you what's due. And if you say add payment, it zeroes it out. Now, when you go back to that load, it's paid. That simple. If you hit list of invoices, that'll show you all your invoices, whether they're paid or not. That's just a quick way to show you how to enter a load into Trucking Office. Pretty simple, easy stuff. So, there you go. Then, you got your reports. So if you hit reports, you hit company overview, and you pick your dates, and you hit generate report, it's going to show you all the revenue. There's some nice graphs here. It's going to show you how much money you brought in, your expenses, your profit, what your expense per mile is, revenue per loaded mile, all this good stuff. Profit per loaded mile, profit per mile. It gives you everything you need to know right here on this reports overview screen. You can either print it or you can export the spreadsheet. It's up to you on what you want to do. And of course, if you click the loads tab, it'll show you all the loads. and so forth. So it'll show you all these loads. Like I said, if you go back to the plan load screen, these are planned. They're not dispatched yet. They're not made into a trip yet. They're just planned. So you can put these in ahead of time. So you say, okay, it's time for this load right here to go. You could hit view, and then you could just hit add trip. You just pick a driver, tractor trailer gets filled in, and you just hit save, and boom, it's on the trip. So if you hit trip screen, you're going to see the trip. Here's all your trips right here. And this one is already paid out and everything done. These are active trips right here going on down. So it's pretty simple. If you hit the detailed list, then you're going to see the detailed version of this. And it'll tell you right here, your customer, your load number, your driver, truck, delivery times, updates, and all the charges, and if it was paid or not over in this column. So it'll give you all that stuff. Shannon says, nice program. So let me get back out of that. So that's how this program works. It's a really great program, especially for, you know, single owner operators. If you have several trucks on, it's an easy program to keep track of everything. And they do have their own ELD that if it was attached, then those other boxes would work because they would come in to their app. And if you had the app and took the picture of the bill of lading and everything, that automatically gets uploaded into this back office software. So that's how that works. So let's see what Canadian Freight Broker, what's happening? Let me scroll back up here. Jarvis says, hi Shannon, good to see you here. Learning a lot from the professor to help me with the new trucking biz. That's what we're here for. We're here to show you all the tools that we use or used, right? We don't show you anything that we don't use or have used. A lot of our contractors are using Truck in Office to keep track of their trucking business. It's good for carriers. It's good for owner operators to keep track of their business. It does have a QuickBooks download, integration in it. Let's see what else we got going on here. Take a hat for your collection. All right. What's up, Dylan? What's happening? Canadian Freight Broker says, with any TMS you're considering, first ensure it has the features you're looking for. Then after that, test, retest, building a load from pickup delivery, see what is easy and what meets your needs. Right, exactly. So the thing about the TMS softwares out there is a lot of them will give you a free trial. If they won't give you a free trial, don't waste your time. Because when I first started using software, there wasn't a whole lot to pick from. And I created all my own spreadsheets back in the day and all that because there wasn't much to pick from. Now there's tons to pick from. But you got to see what features you really need and what you don't need. Because not one TMS software fits everybody's need, right? So you got to look at it, see if it fits your need, and if it fits your need, then look for the price and so forth. And look for customer service, and if anybody else is using that program, it will help you if they're using that program. So for Truck in Office, right? Everybody uses the code, that BRRN 2018, and get 10% off for life. They know that if they contact me, or if they don't understand something on it and they can't get a hold of somebody, I will help them out because I've used this software for a long, long time, years. right? Years. So I'll do videos. I got years of videos out there in my channel. I'm gonna start doing the playlists. I'll do a trucking office playlist too, and you can go right there and you can see how to do things. The drivers that use this, they'll call me up. Hey, how does this work? How does that work? Having a problem with this, and we'll just go through it. So let me go back to this load planner. Trips. Let me go to trips. Let's view this trip. Here's a good thing. Here, let me bring up the screen. In the trip mode, if you click on this eye, they've added this, right? So if you click on this eye, it's going to give you all the buttons and what it does. It's a details page. So they're explaining it to you so you don't have to go look it up if you don't understand what needs to be done, right? Add trip. This will take you to the page to create a new trip. Add empty move. This will take you to the page to create a new empty move. Add a plan load. This will take you to the page to create a plan load, and so forth and so forth. So that's what that little eye does right there. If you've never seen it before, that's what it does. Number one tip I can offer with any TMS: learn what documents each data field appear on. Goal with TMS is enter data once and it flows. Exactly. You want something that flows. That's why this, flowed from step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a flow. So you can see by the, right here, you can see by the green dot where it is in the process of the flow. Right? That's what you can see. Let's see here. Sup, Pool? What's going on? I don't know. I don't think Snorlord's in the house. Britt, what's happening? What's going on? Let's see what else we got going on here. Pigtail, what's going on, Pigtail? Pigtail evening. We'll read the link you sent as just stopped for the day. Oh, you guys been watching golf or something? Pigtail might be watching golf. He might be into that Masters thing going on. All right, so we will give away a shirt. Let's give away a shirt. Anybody want a shirt? We have large, extra large, and 2XL. So what we'll do is we will pick a number between 1 and 50. So go ahead and start going. If you don't want to play, don't put a number, because you'll have to send a address where to be shipped. So if you don't want to play, don't put a number. And you'll send that to professor at the10show.net, or you could just send it to liketrucking@gmail.com, whichever is easier for you to do. All right, so here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, we're not going to pick yet. Look at all these numbers coming in. Thor, and the closest one wins without going over. So if you say 25 is 24 and there's a 20, 20 gets it because they didn't go over. Okay? So I'll let a few more numbers come in. Sam I Am's in here. Big Mac says, I use trucking office software and I can vouch that it works perfectly. I'm my own authority, and the invoice feature is also easy to use and professional looking. Exactly. Right? So, if anybody wants to pick it up, you can try it. They'll give you a trial for free. And then if you put in that code, you get 10% off for life. So as your trunk company grows, you keep saving and saving more and more money. That's how it works. Let me see if I should have a overlay here. There. If you want the discount, there you go. Razzle Dazzle says number 10. So we're going to pick right now on the first one. Closest number without going over. Sounds like the Showcase Showdown on Price is Right. You wish it was the Showcase Showdown on Price is Right. That's what you wish. Alaska Truckers in the house. Jerry, if you want to, might win a Trucking Office t-shirt. I'll show you what it looks like. Let's get a view. Okay, this is the back of the shirt. Back of the shirt. And then this is the front of the shirt. Trucking Office Pro with the big T there. So we got large, extra large, and 2XL. If you're 2 numbers off, you get a sleeve. All right, here we go. 1 to 50. We're going to draw it. Jerry doesn't want to be in it. He didn't put a number. Here we go. 12. Here, I'll show you the screen. Boom. We generated a 12. So we go back up here. Razzle Dazzle says 10, and I believe he's the winner. Razzle Dazzle, it's yours. What size? Large, extra large, 2XL. I'll wait for you. And we'll do another one too. Why not? We'll just keep on going. This is what the hat looks like. I'll show you what the hat looks like. Boom. This is what the hat looks like. It's got the nice draw there. 2XL. All right. So you'll have to send that to, send me your info. Here, let me type it in here. There you go. Or you could send it to, you could even send it to liketrucking@gmail.com too, I guess. You could try that. All right, let me check my email. I'll check my email just to make sure. Just to make sure we got it all in the up and up, because you know we don't want somebody to say, I didn't get nothing. Check my mailboxes, because I got a lot of mailboxes, people. Here, I'll just type one in here. Oh, I got it wrong. Got it wrong. We got it wrong. It's .net, not .com. I knew something was wrong. So that's what it is. So send it to here. Send your information to there. It's not .com, it's .net. The tinshow.net. There you go. That's the one to use. I will pin it up top. So that's the one you use. All right. So XL, 2XL for Razzle Dazzle. That's what he said. Now, how about a hat? We'll give away a hat. Same thing, 1 to 50. rock them out. Let's give away a hat. 1 to 50. Do 16, 17, 24. It'll cost me probably $500 to ship it to Alaska Trucker, but it's worth it. We'll ship it there. 29, 33, 25, Cascade Transport. What's up, buddy? Where you been? Paul McFarland, what's happening? 48, Light Bright. Look, he's coming in with a 48, man. He thinks this thing's going to be high up there. What's up? Thor says 37. And let me go to the screen so we can generate the number so everybody sees it. What's up, Eddie? Big Eddie in the house. Boom, we're at the random number generator. And we will be drawing in 3, 2, 1. Generate. 17. Who's lucky 17? There's a 5. Pigtail right on the nose. Pigtail right on the nose, baby. You know what, Pigtail? Hitting it on the nose. If you wear a large, extra large, or 2XL, let me know, and you get both, hat and shirt. We're just changing up the rules. We're changing up the rules, baby. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, Pigtail, shoot me, if you want a shirt with it. If you wear a large, 2XL, there you go. We'll get Pigtail a 2XL and a hat. There you go. There you go. Hey, while we're at it, we'll do one more hat. We'll throw another hat in the mix. Here you go. Here, I'll put a sticker on your stuff. All right, we'll do another hat. 1 to 50. 1 to 50. All right, cool. See, he's just sending me stuff. This is more fun than bingo. That's right, Alaska Trucker. Sending to the address on your website. Yeah, or you guys, if you go to liketrucking.com or the TENShow.net or Trucking Education Network.net, the websites, you can also hit the little link there to send us a message and get it to us that way. But if you do not know, then send it to this email address, professor@thetenshow.net. That's my number, Sandman. You can't steal his number. Well, they got 2 5s. When are you going to give away on the Like Trucking swag? Boy, you would love that, wouldn't you? We might. I mean, I'd have to go way up top to see what we have left. I'd have to go way up top. But we could probably find something that you're not going to win, but we'll probably find it. Snail mail. All right, so we got a few numbers in here for the other hat. We're starting the numbers with, it looks like, Normatic Brit. He's at 33, so from Normatic Brit at 33 down, that's where we're picking these numbers. So you got 10 seconds. Get your numbers in. Let's go. Anybody want to join the program? We put the link up. You can join and in on the fun if you want. We'll do it again. I will paste it. Boom. You want to talk trucking rates? You want to talk bloodshed coming? The bloodbath. Are you ready for the bloodbath? The people that don't watch this channel, not ready for the bloodbath. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. 14. Thor, Thunder Trucking 14. 10. 37. Razzle Dazzle trying for 10. All right, here we go. We will go all the way back up to Nordic Bricks 33. But just to show we are doing it nice and fair, I got I got it held over the generator, the little hand. Look, we'll even zoom it in for you so you can see the little hand. You ready? Hit it. 21, 14, 10, 11, 37, 26. Light bright. Number 20. Light bright. Boom. He's the winner. Light bright. Oh, yeah. Light bright wins a hat. Bam. Hat. There you go. 2XL. Let me see what we got left here. I got to make sure I don't give everything away. Or else, you know, if someone gets the wrong size, they will be mad at me. Yes, the bloodbath cometh. Yes, it is. It's coming. It'll be time to pick up some nice used equipment for a really good price for once. That's what the bloodbath will do. It'll sort out the weak and the strong will survive. That's what happens all the time in trucking when this stuff happens, right? That's why you see people come and go on the tube. They got caught up in a bloodbath. Yeah, they come in when it's really strong, and they live really well when it's really strong, and they got high stuff, and then all of a sudden the bloodbath hits, and then everything goes away, and they're back to square one. All right, that's just the truth of it, right? All right, does anybody want a shirt? We can do another shirt if you want. If you guys want a shirt, 1 to 50. We'll do one more. 1 to 50. Trucking Office t-shirt giveaway. Here we go. We'll take the banner away so you can see my bald head. And boom! That light from up there, light bright, look out, baby. When I hit my head like that and that light hits that bald spot, blind you. Anybody watch the channel, make sure you look away. We are not responsible for anything that bald spot does. All right, 30, 40, 33, 9. So that's where we're starting. We're starting at Normatic Brits 9 is where we're starting. DJ Bolin. Man, I want DJ to win. That way, you know, he can never say he's never won nothing off this channel. I want DJ to win. Maybe I can trick the generator to put 37 up there. How do I get the hat? I told you how to get the hat. You know, Light Bright, you ain't been listening. Maybe we take the hat back. You know, maybe you got to email us your info. Right? I probably already got your info, but email it to professor@the10show.net. It's in the description there. Or go to the website, Truckers Education Network, right, .net. Go to that website and hit, you know, contact button. Lots of ways to contact me. Just send me the stuff. Get it from anywhere. Right? Your phone cut out. That's not an excuse for the Cricket. Right? Get off the Cricket. Get on the Verizon or the AT&T or somebody, you know, that's got service more than 10 feet off the highway. just picking on you, Light Bright. Be all right. All right, let's get the banner off of there. Where's the banner? Get back down here. We'll take that back off. We can blind you by the light now. All right, Tennessee Trucking, I do believe you have the last number in. And like I said, we're going from Brits number 9, coming on down. And you have Cricket too. Man, I knew it was the Cricket. I could hear it. Chirp, you know, just, ugh. All right, here we go. Get the little hand on there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Psych. We'll wait a little while longer. Somebody else put some more numbers in there. Whoever puts the next number up, that is the number that's going to hit. I can just feel it. Sam, I am 28. Let's hit it now. Boom. 11. 11. Sam, you lose. Tennessee Trucking, you lose. Light Bright, you lose. You lose. You lose. You know it's going to be Nomadic Brit. 37, 2, 40. Nomadic Brit. The Brit. T-shirt time, Brit. What size you want? T-shirt time, Brit. All we have is large, extra large, and 2XL. That's all we got. The British have won. You got that right. Extra large. Yes. There you go, Brit. You know what? How about this? We'll do another one since we have a wait a minute. This was a 2XL. We still have all the sizes left. Let me see this XL right here. Let me get this. All right, there's Brits. We got a pile going. We still have all the sizes left, so we'll do it one more time for a shirt. One more time. Sam, I am. You're not out. You're crying. Helped out. We're gonna try to get you something. This is for Sam, I am. If you don't get it, I can't do nothing. The British are coming. One more time. 1 to 50. T-shirt. Let's roll. Let's roll. Anybody else want to come in and join? If you want to come in and join, click on it. 53 doesn't win, Brit. It's 1 to, or Sam I am, it's 1 to 50. Sam I am, you got it. 32. There you go. So we're going to start the Alaska Trucker at 23. That's where we're starting this at. Let me see what else we can find. We got all kind of stuff in here to give away if you want it. Hold on a minute. Hey, you know, if we want some really good stuff, I got a nice hat over there. Guy from Indiana came over and gave it to me. But no, we're not giving that away. The only problem is, the only hats I have is a Like Trucking logoed hat with I Like Trucking on the back. But it's a small dash medium. So I don't know if I can give this away because it's a small dash medium. Who wears a small dash medium? Now, I got a extra large head, but, I mean, so the small medium will fit, but it's a little tight, right? It's a little tight. It's a small dash medium. So it's a flex, right? It's a flex. There you go. All right, we'll give it, you know what? DJ Bolin said it. All right, Shannon, you get the hat. It's my only hat left. Small dash medium. I got more. You know, I'm going to order more. So, Shannon, you're a local girl. Send me where you want this, or next time you're in town, I'll drop it off to you. There you go. It's yours. It's yours. Congrats. Didn't even have to draw. Everybody voted for it. So you get it. The only one I got. That's the last one. Last one. It's yours. Yours. That's a $30 hat. Yes, it is. Ask old Big Mac. Isn't it Big Mac? Those are $30 hats. Let's see. Let's go back up. We started it at, where was it? Sam I Am, Alaska Trucker. Alaska Trucker at 23. From him on down, we're going to generate the number, and this will be the last one for the shirts. It's going to cost me, $8,000 to ship this stuff. All right, so here we go. Generate, bam, number 5. So we start up here at Sam I Am, 32. Cascade's got a number 4. Anybody in here's got a 5. Cascade gets a trucking office shirt. I don't need your address, Cascade. I just need to know 2XL, XL, or, it's probably 2XL. I mean, come on, you're 8 feet tall. Can you even wear a 2XL, Cascade? Can you even wear a 2XL? If you can't, then we got to redraw. Unless you give it to one of your children. So it's up to you. What size you want? Large, extra large, or 2XL? Cascade. He wins something. All right. There you go. 2XL. That is the Saturday night giveaway bonanza. Maybe we'll do this every Saturday for only the people that watch this channel, right? I sent my info to your email. I don't know, did you? Let me see. Let me bring up some emailage. Ooh, Tommy, thanks for the $10 Cash App. Tommy's a great guy, right? Great guy. Yes, I did get your stuff, Razzle Dazzle. I did get it. So, Monday, we will go to the post office and send this stuff out. There you go. If it was summertime, Razzle Dazzle, I'd just drive it over to you. You don't live too far away. I would just drive it over to you. Bring you some extra stuff, right? I do have, I do have some good stuff, right? I have Yeti. I got Yeti drinkware, but that's for another time. Next week's sponsor will be a ship station with Jeff sending all these items out. Shannon, professor at the10show.net. I put it in the chat, or you can just send it to any of my other emails if you know any of them. I'll do it one more time. There we go. That email. There you go. Yeah, the Buckeye. I was going to come down there and look at a motorcycle down there. I was thinking about selling the one I have and getting this other one. And it's down there in the Buckeye. But it just stayed cold. Now I'm not interested anymore. Not interested no more. Yeah, you need that to match your Like Trucking coffee mug. Well, Paul, you could have had that hat. Shannon gets it now. If you would have came up here when you said you were going to come up here and we'd went to the Black Rock, got a steak, sat down, broke bread together. Well, not bread because you don't eat bread, but, steak and asparagus or whatever. I would have gave you the hat. Now I don't have any. Shannon's got it. Now, she might want to sell it to you. And I'll collect the money. Do that. Shannon, you want to sell him the hat? Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We got to make Paul here. We'll get Paul blue. We'll make him a moderator. I'm sorry, you're not getting that. Nah, Pigtail, I didn't get no email from you. You might have sent it to .com. It's .net. See, Nomadic Brit, he got it right. He got it right. He got it right. I don't know about that address. It sounds kind of weird to me, but I'll send it there. Nomadic Brit, I'll send it there. I'll type it in to make sure that's a real road. We'll type that in. Come on over, Dylan. Come on over. Just a sec. You know, Pigtail, I could just send it to Snorlord and you just pick it up at his house. You know, that too. You know, next time you go out to eat. But, so, that's what we did. We just want to come in here, show a little trucking office, how it works, the very first part of it, things like that. And then do a little giveaway. And, you know, there it is. Oh, Pigtail. Pigtail's in here. Yes, we got Pigtail. There you go. No, Pigtail, I do not have a P.O. box. Do not. There you go. All the way from, yeah, it's got to be Lone Star State. Right, Shadow Wolf? Yeah. There you go. You could take me to the drug screen. Well, around here, that would be the Walmart. It'd be the Walmart. Shannon, we don't have your address. I don't know where you sent it, but we didn't receive it. We got Pigtails. We got the Brit. We still don't have Light Bright, but of course, you know, Light Bright, I probably got his somewhere, probably. I don't know. So, Shannon, we don't have your address. Let me type in Light Bright. Light Bright. You do live in Virginia, right? Yes or no? I think this is your address. I already have it. Yes or no, Light Bright? If you're still in here. Virginia, yes or no? Unless you moved. Unless you moved. Because I got an address from you from back May 12th of 21. Last year when you won something. See, he wins all the time on this channel. He's an avid watcher. Therefore, he wins a lot. So is that still your same address from last May? Here, let me print that out to stick it on the package. Let's see what else I got in here. Who others' addresses have sent? Shannon, your address is missing in action. G-Star, what's up? Good evening, Jeff and everyone. Greetings. Great home of. We all win. Oh, there you go, Pigtail. There you go. Yeah. So, Paul, you might get this hat because you know Shannon. She didn't get the address right, of course. It's not here, but she is local, so we will hold it for her. She can drive on over and pick it up. But we'll mail it. If she sends her mailing address, we'll mail it. No, Cascade, I don't have your new address, so you might want to send me, text me. Text me your address, Cascade, who you want me to send it to. I live on the road in a big truck, like a trucker should, chasing the end of the rainbow for a pot of gold. I thought you were going to live in a van, chasing the rainbow for the pot of gold at the campgrounds. Shadow Wolf, you got to get camping. You got to get camping, my friend. Okay, I sent it again. All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, so instead of you texting it to me, Rich, you're going to make me, I'll just print it out on a label. There we go. So we're still waiting for the mysterious Shannon Thomas Trucking for the address. Still hasn't showed up. She's probably putting .com instead of .net. .net. Unless... Still haven't got it, Shannon. Professor, Professor at the T.E.N show.net. Now, if that doesn't work, just make it simple. liketrucking@gmail.com. Then we know it gets here. What is the update on the market downfall? As a one-man show, I'm trying to stay above $3 a mile, stay strong drivers. Well, to stay above $3 a mile consistently, you are going to have to be in the Midwest region, hauling regional/short haul. You're probably not going to get that coast to coast. Don't see it happening. And if it gets bloodier waters than what's out there right now, it's definitely not going to happen. You have to shorten your running area. You have to look at the boards, do your homework, take each area, your house area, the next area up, down, side to side, and then go further out and do a 3 or 4 state region when you're doing these and see which one has the better paying freight in that region. And then what you do is you go work that circle. You go work the circle. Then when you want to go back home, you get a load back home. And then you keep watching your area. And you keep doing that until your area gets back to the level you need. You don't keep running in your area if it's not the level you need, because you will go out of business. You know, you might make it, but if it stays long term, when your truck breaks, it's going to put you out. It's going to put you out. Shannon, do you just want me to go, like, put it in a package and then just go put it in your mailbox for you? Or do you really want me to ship it? I mean, I just drive over there. It's only a couple miles. You know, your choice. I don't want to take up your mailbox and stuff, right, if you're gone. So, or you can shoot me a message this email. Let me know, like, when you're in town, and I'll just go drop it off. There you go. Alrighty. What else we got going on? That's it for tonight, I think. No one wants to come in and do an interview. No one wants to be interviewed. We don't want to talk about the rates. We don't want to talk about how to run on the rates, and so forth and so forth. I could put it on a pigeon. Actually, I went by that road like 6 times this week. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's what happens. All right. Cool Trucking just got here. Well, Cool Trucking, if this was the Listen to Like show, that show on Rumble, or the new one on YouTube, or in YouTube, the new one I'm starting, we would go right into bot trading. Right into bot trading. Big Face, we did a little trucking office video today, just showing some highlights on how easy it is to move fluidly from load planning to the trip to the invoice and so forth. Just to touch on some highlights and the little eye that they put up there when you're on doing the trip thing to fill it out. It explains what every part of the trip, you know, is. So went through a little bit of that and so forth. You got yours going finally. Yes, and I've, you know, in Coinbase Pro, I had to. It really sucks the way they got this set up for Coinbase. Why can't it access your regular Coinbase account? So what I had to do is get Coinbase Pro, right? When you close the bot out, it keeps that coin that it was doing. Then I had to take that coin, transfer it to Coinbase, then sell it to get it back to cash. Unbelievable. 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 No, you're not going to make 15K gross a week. Nowhere you're going to make 15K gross a week unless you're a heavy haul guy. Doesn't matter if you're reefer, van, flatbed. Not going to happen in this market. You're going to make anywhere from 15K to 30K a month gross revenue, but not 15K a week. There's nobody, unless you got a special route or you have a special trailer, are you going to make 15K a week? Everybody agree with that? That's just not going to happen. You might get lucky, get 8 to 10, but not 15. Because to hit 15, you'd have to go out west and come back, and you can't even log that. So that won't happen. There you go. What's the question? What question do you have? A good question. Let's see. I just got in and the feed, we're closing up already. No, we're staying, Shadow Wolf. We were going to let somebody in, interview time, but everybody's too scared to hit the button. They're all too scared to hit the button. Here, we'll share it one more time, then we're out of here because, if we ain't got nobody to talk to, interview them. There you go. Click on it if you want to jump on in here and get interviewed. Yes, more hoops to jump through. Now, Binance, you do the same thing, but it's just one platform. You don't have to, ship it to another Binance account to try to do stuff. It's just stupid. And it took almost 10 days for, if I deposit it into Coinbase, to move it to Coinbase Pro, but then I could just go to Coinbase Pro and do it all there. It makes no sense. Absolutely none. Yes, no 15K a week continuously, says Pigtail. Dylan, hell, I only made 500 gross. How the hell can I just do 1K? Shadow Wolf. Okay, he's got that brand new truck. Super chat. Shannon is asking for the link. What link? All right, we got a guest coming in. We'll add him to the left. What up, Shannon? What's going on?
Okay, I've been hearing lately in advertisements for carriers advertising that they're like they'll tell you that you can get 100% of the load, but they charge you like a flat rate per load. Like one company I heard of does like $850. I think they said a week, and then another one I heard of said it was $300 a week. How does that work for the carrier trying to sign on drivers, owner operators, and then working like that? Like instead of giving them a percentage, they're saying we just
right,
get like $850.
What it is, it's a smoke screen, right? It's a bait and switch is what it is. Because when they say they're going to give you 100%, nobody can give you 100%, correct? It just can't work. So they're charging, let's say $850 a week. Now, is that $850 a week plus trailer rental? Or
yes,
right. So basically $850 a week. So you got to do the math, right? So if we do some quick math, let me do this here. Let's say you do $5,000, right?
Right.
And then what's the weekly on the trailer?
200.
200?
Yep.
Okay, so that's 1,050, right? So if you minus the 1,050, you're left with 3,950. Divide that by 5,000, and it's 79%. So you're really only 79%. You're not 100. But this is where it gets bad, Shannon. This is where they get you. Let's say you take some time off and you come out and run, and you only did $2,000 that week, right?
Right.
And we're not gonna count the trailer on this. We're just count the 850, okay?
Okay.
So if you take the 2,000 and you minus the 850, because you got to pay that no matter what, right?
Yep.
So that's 1,150 divided by 2,000. You've made 57.5% that week.
Does that seem like? I mean,
It's
I thought. I mean, it sounds good, but
yeah, it's good for them.
math out.
Okay, it's good for them, and the reason why is, just do the math. If they charge every driver $850 a week, right?
Yep.
And
they supposedly, like, you go get whatever load you want, and whatever you do all week long, if you run or not, whatever, you still pay that $850, and you commit to them driving for them for a year.
right.
That's what
Okay, so you take the 850, right? And you times it by 4.33 weeks in a month, right?
Yep.
They're making $3,680.50 off every single driver per month.
A month.
Right. So if they get 50 drivers, that's $184,000 a year that they make. Guaranteed, right? It's guaranteed money.
Yep.
For example,
They still charge for the ELD. They still charge for the insurance and
right,
all
all that on top. So it's even less than that, right? Because you'd have to take the 850 plus all those other charges.
Right.
Okay. So let's take a company like mine where I say it's 80/20, and I'm not going to charge you for the cargo, the liability, the ELD, right? All that's in there. Okay.
Okay.
It's all in there. And hold on a minute. Let me add in pigtail. All right, it's all in there. So what that means is, and I don't have any minimums. So if you're over here and you take 2 weeks off, guess what you owe me?
Nothing.
Nothing. Exactly. Zero. How much do you owe them?
$1,700.
At least $1,700, right? Right. So if you take 2 weeks off, you owe them $1,700. You're with me, you owe me nothing. What's up, Pigtail?
Right.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Hi, Pigtail.
Hey, Shannon, I'm not a woman.
I know, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's nice to see you. I'll never make that mistake again.
So Pigtail, what do you think about these companies that are messing with people's minds, right? Because a lot of people don't figure the numbers out. They say, we'll give you 100%.
Nothing's free.
Right.
Nothing. So if you hear that, I just instantly think scam. 80/20, 75/25. Landstar. I think last I heard it was 65, but it's not really 65. And you've talked about that because of what you're getting, the back office, all the support, all the network. You have to look at the value that it presents. But I read an article and I put it in earlier from Overdrive that said it's not really a freight recession. Everybody's screaming freight recession, but it's just a return to normal rates.
Right.
Now, if you built your business with overpriced equipment, you think the new normal is $3 and higher. That's not normal. So, you got to be realistic about where we were in 2018-19 and where we are now. And with COVID, usually a market is up, 12 to 18 months. We've been up more than 2 years. It's about to go back to normal, and a bunch of people are about to find out that all of the hype people talk about, you know, you can make a fortune in trucking. You can make a good living. You're not going to become a millionaire unless you started with 2 million.
Right. And what got a lot of these people in trouble is this, right? They come out here for the last 2 years and they've been making exceptional money, right? The rates have been through the roof. Well, they bought brand new trucks, overpriced trucks, trucks they really couldn't afford in a regular market. And when the bubble pops, there's going to be a lot of trucks. You remember a few years back, it's probably 10 years or so, Pigtail, I don't know if you remember, but you could go in Texas and all the empty areas were full of trucks because they're all repossessed, right? All those trucks came on the market. That's what will happen in this period because a lot of people are buying $90,000 van trailers. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's amazing. So 10 years ago, I was on the other side. I wasn't behind the steering wheel. I was in an office. So I had a different perspective. But the any market, not just trucking, but any market that goes up like that, you know, gold, I don't know, like 8 or 9 years ago, went through the roof and then it came back. I mean, it's all cyclical, right? So it goes up, it goes down, depending on how people buy. All of the logistics stock got hammered this week. Snyder's down 20%. Swift is down, I think, more than that. Swift Knight. So, you know, you just have to look at what's going on. The shelves at my grocery store, local grocery store, have big empty sections. I mean, people used to fight for shelf space in the grocery stores to get their product on there. I went to buy crackers for soup, and my grocery store had no crackers. I mean, in my lifetime, I don't think that's ever happened, that I couldn't get crackers.
Right. Well,
so, much less toilet paper. Remember that?
Well, in our grocery store, the pickle aisle was empty at Myers, and Shannon shops there. It was empty at Myers, and we got Vlasic Pickle Factory right down here in Imlay City. No pickles. Nothing. She doesn't need a hat. She's wearing a hat.
This is my new Freightliner hat.
Yeah.
Your hat will go nicely with my truck as well.
In representing a Kersley Hornet shirt. Come on now.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Well, there's a hat.
Oh, look at Cool Trucking. Look at Pigtail.
Oh,
Look.
Yeah, he's got his.
He's got the like hat, man. That thing's like gold.
He's got it.
It's like platinum. It's like platinum.
I heard there's only 3 in existence.
That's what I heard too.
I don't even have one.
Jeff holds those
I
things
might
back.
go for an auction to the highest bidder maybe one day, but I'm going to wear it for a while first.
I don't even have one. Mine was given to Snorlord. He cried so much. He cried so much. I had to send it to him. I took it to him.
So he got out of coming to
show.
Michigan to get his, huh?
I had to take it to the truck show and give it to him. He wouldn't come here.
Oh, jeez.
He said he couldn't take the Flint water. He didn't want to take a chance.
Damn.
Yeah, don't drink
His
the
map
water.
goes that far, I'm sure.
Yeah, he didn't want to take a chance in drinking the Flint water. So he said, bring it to me at the truck show. Yeah.
Jeff, I live about literally like probably a 10-minute drive from your house. That's how close we live together.
Well, yeah, I know you live. Well, here, let me see what you put on here.
Did you get my address finally?
Yeah. Finally, you finally hit the right one. So, what do you guys think the rates are going to do? Pigtail, what do you think?
I think they're going to normalize. I think they'll be above what you and I would consider normal, but for people that are used to $3, $4, $5 a mile, they're going to freak out.
I think it's a mistake on our part for accepting them going back down, because everybody knows the old price is not the normal anymore. It's just not. Things are way more expensive. Everything is way more expensive. So there's no way we can operate what the rates were 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I mean, you can, but you're going to be pinching every penny you get.
Right.
I've been hearing about load volume decreasing. Is that true?
Yeah, you're 12 miles away. 12 miles.
For
Okay,
spot
that'd
market,
take me
load
like 2
volume's
minutes.
going down, but contract freight is pretty normal, is what my understanding.
Right.
Flatbed right now is getting hot because it's that time of year. I mean, these are normal cycles. We went through the COVID thing. That wasn't normal. The rate's going up to $4 or $5 a mile. That's not normal. I understand our expenses are up, but once the people that don't have a business mindset get flushed out of the system and all the equipment's available, the rest of us who have more of a business mindset, we can snap up a 2-year-old trailer at reasonable prices and everything will go back to normal. Fuel will come down, parts will come down once the chain logistics get fixed, and whether they're parts from Germany for Volvos or wherever, once the parts get restocked and we can get a one box in 3 weeks instead of 3 months, things will go back to normal. And again, because of inflation, the new normal won't be, $2 a mile. It'll have to be higher than that because of inflation. But it's not, the new normal is not $3 or $4. That's not the new normal. I know our expenses are up, but freight rates don't reflect our expenses. And shippers are tired
It's what
of
you can
paying what they're
negotiate.
paying.
Our rates are what you can negotiate and what they're willing to give you. That's what our rates are. Now up here where I'm at, the rates have just went belly under. I mean, but I'm still getting $3 a mile because I've developed those relationships. They're paying me a little more than what they'll pay somebody that they don't have that relationship with. But that's all in negotiation. I mean, there's a high level of the negotiation, and then there's those ones that just accept because it's going to the right direction or the right place. They'll take it, no matter what the rate.
So I don't disagree with you,
a standard.
When tender rejections start to drop because there's not as much spot market freight, it's harder to have that leverage, even if you have a great relationship, because it's what the market will bear. So if everybody around you is taking freight for $250, there's only so long that your relationship will maintain $3. And the bosses of those brokers are going to say, listen, we can't do that. Everybody else is moving their freight cheaper. You've got to get in line. I mean, Jeff, do you disagree with that?
Yeah, it will go down eventually. The relationship it'll buy you time, right? It'll buy you time to a certain point. If it keeps dropping, then that broker can't keep it up there. He won't keep it up there.
Right.
Even though he loves you.
But,
Cool trucking. Because,
I don't know.
Look at that beard. Look at that beard. We got 2 bearded guys here. Look, come on now.
I'm worried about a conspiracy because a barrel of oil is back to 110. It's not at 200 where some people were saying it was going. It might go higher, but oil pull back. Why is diesel still so high? I think there's collusion going on between all of the truck stops and the major producers.
Yeah, but I think 110 used to be outrageous, and you're saying it's back to 110. No, it's 110 still way high. It should be down to 65, 75.
It should be, but when it was way higher, the diesel price is still the same, pretty much. They haven't dropped the diesel hardly at all.
Until America starts allowing us to drill again, and I'm not talking about leases. 9,000 leases without the permit to build the road, without the permit to build the pipe to get to that lease, and there has to be oil on that lease. Until we add supply to the world oil supply, our rates aren't going to come down. We'll be paying these horrible fuel rates for a while because it's like the Titanic. When you put the wheel all the way over, it takes a long time to turn that boat. And unfortunately, we're going to have to suffer. And I think it's intentional. They're trying to usher in the electric age, AI trucks, all that stuff, and they're putting the squeeze on small carriers. They know that we can't sustain these rates because the brokers aren't going to pay us what we need to keep our trucks fueled.
All right. So, real quick, let's recap for Snowlord because he says, I'm here now. We can begin.
Oh, finally.
So,
finally.
They're all wondering why you didn't come to Michigan to get a hat. I had to bring it to you. And, you got all these other guys on here like Cool Trucking and Pigtail Shadow Wolf and all these guys and Britt saying, give a hat to Shannon. So we had to give a hat. But yet she will go to Flint to get it, Snorlord. Right? So let's give her applause. And we're not going to give you none of that.
I guess the big recap is Shannon's question. There's people giving 100% of the line haul. How can they afford to do that? And the truth is they can't.
Right. So they make up with it with a fee. Because they're getting their money one way or another, right? But when they do
it sounds like, you know, to a newer person to the game like me, like, so when I'm just like listening to what everybody's offering and all that, it sounds like, hey, that's a deal. I'll be getting more percentage of the load, right? And then just pay them a piece of it.
It's psychological warfare is what it is.
Right.
Because you'll see it, right? You'll talk to a guy, well, I'm getting 65%. Well, I'm getting 72. And they jump to 72, but they have all these fees and they're down to 50. They don't know it, right? But in their mind, hey, I'm getting 72. Same thing with, 85, 90, 100. It's all a mind game because they know most drivers don't do the numbers. They don't calculate it. They say, I'm getting a bigger percentage. I'm getting 100.
Yeah, when they sell personal cars and they say 0% down,
it's not
zero interest, the money, they're still getting their money on the back end. So instead of a 5-year loan, now you got a 7-year loan for a personal car. Who would finance a car for 7 years? You're doing that to pay their money on the back end instead of upfront. I'd rather just pay 3%
or somebody that wants a lower payment up front so they can make bigger principal payments on the backside. That's who would want to stretch it out. Well, that's what I do. I stretch it out as long as I can to make my payment as my obligation for that monthly payment as low as I can. So then anything above and beyond that payment goes towards the principal. You pay it off a lot faster.
Right. So like when they give 0% and cars, you got to watch out because they won't give you the rebates. Well, if you get the rebates, it's better than the 0% if you get a low interest rate from a bank.
Total cost of ownership, just add up what your payments are per month for 7 years. And if the car is $40,000, you end up paying $75,000 for it. You got screwed. Now you had a lower payment off when you get there. What do you want your payment? $350 a month sounds good. Okay, yeah, we can make that happen. When you add it all up, you end up paying an extra $20,000 for that car just so you could have the payment you wanted, because you didn't. A lot of people don't read the paper or do the math. I mean, just add it up. What's the total cost for purchasing whatever it is, whether it's a truck or car?
See, but you're under the premise that you're going to take that loan to term. It behooves you to get your obligation low at the front end so you can pay it off on the back end where you don't have your loan. You could pay it like my truck. I had a year loan on my truck and I paid it off in 6 months but my payment was low at the front side, so I can double up on the back side.
Yeah, I think that's great. Some contracts have penalties for early payment, and that's how they protect themselves and make sure they make, if they're trying to make 11%, that's how they do it, by putting in those penalties. So you just got to read the contract, just like a lease truck or anything. You got to read the contract so you understand how are they making their money. It's too good to be true. It's too good to be true. I mean, 0%, they're getting their money somehow, That's just an opinion.
Yeah, but things that are too good to be true, sometimes they let backdoor opportunities go by not taking that opportunity. Like when I bought a lease truck from CRFT. I ended up paying that lease off early because they allowed that to happen for me to pay it off early. I mean, I was paying $700 a week fixed expenses, and 100% for the first 2 years. It was 100% maintenance. The last year you had to pay certain things on the last year. So when that last year came and I got rid of that benefit, I just paid it off in cash at that point. But that lower payment made it so I could save that money and have that payoff at the time when it came.
Well, my preferred is to go to the professor and buy one of his trucks and just pay him directly.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. I'll just make sure, I get one for you. What kind do you want, Pigtail? What kind do you want?
I wanted to do
I
that
don't know.
with
I
a
like that
reefer.
truck you bought with the dead axle. That sounded like a good deal.
Well, that was a good deal. I mean, the guy's still driving it, making tons of money.
I know. That's why I said that's my preferred method.
And it's, you know what? It's international with a max force motor, and guess what? It's still rolling.
Yeah.
By the way, how's that motor turning out? Any problems with it, or?
Nothing. Zero. It's got 100 and something thousand miles on it, like 150 or 160. Not a problem.
Yeah, most of the stuff they got ironed out a long time ago on those early max force engines. They're not having to deal with that anymore.
John Armstrong is asking a question there, Pigtail. Shots fired. Shots fired.
I thought he had
can
more
I
of a
ask another
pig-like look.
question?
No.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So I've been so the carrier that I'm with pays me 68% of the load, 68% of the fuel surcharge. So I've been doing okay like that. Like, I'm seeing money now, and I have enough to run my business and still take home a decent amount every week. I'm not seeing, so you mush those together and I'm getting about $2 a mile. But that's with my percentage of fuel surcharge and with my percentage of their freight. Now, that is DART's contracted freight, right? That
Right.
they dispense me on. Okay, so I'm facing a shift if I do it now. Now I came here to DART because I wanted to be able to get a truck and then get it paid off quick, but also have the opportunity to learn how to do the load board, and all that. And so I'm working they put you through, work a little bit at a time, and then they'll like elevate you up to the point where you can run the open load board. Okay, so what I learned is that when I get to go up there, per se, they pay those drivers 70% of the load, but no fuel surcharge. And I didn't know that until recently. I've been talking to the drivers that are doing it, and so now I'm thinking back, and I'm like, okay, well, man, sometimes I make my difference up is on the fuel surcharge, and so I'm wondering, I'm almost nervous to move to that next level because we're seeing rates out there on the market drop, and then also I've heard some people talking about the volumes dropping, right? So now I'm kind of hesitant, and I'm stepping back just a tiny bit, and I'm like, man, should I make the move, or should I just stay consistent, like how I'm working now? I'm trying to not get too scared, but I kind of gotta. I mean, I'm doing okay where I'm at. I'm not making as much as everybody else, but I'm, I got my business all set on making $2 a mile.
Right.
And so some of the lease purchase drivers that are on the open boards, they're like, okay, well, we always ask the brokers for. Now they have brokers on the open boards that have relationships with DART's people, whatever. I don't know if it's DART has a brokerage or whatever. So you get to go get a load and then bring it into DART. They take your 30% and you get the rest. So that's how they do it, but you get none of the fuel surcharge. So now I'm trying to compare the two and realize if it's really that much different than what, because right now I'm on their contract freight, it's consistent, and I'm dispatched. So you understand what I'm asking? Like, I don't know if it's like, if I should jump at it or with what's going on in the freight market right now, if I'm doing better where I'm at, because I know that I'm not going to ever like not have any freight. I keep straight running.
Well, you're always going to have freight. And, DART's like any other big company. They got a brokerage, and then they got their trucking part of it, right? So they can take as much off that brokerage part when they give it to the other company. Like if you get a percentage, kind of like Schneider and all these other guys, So you really don't know what the real rate is when you're getting that percentage. Can you guys
Well,
agree with that? You really don't know what the
help me.
rate is. They're not telling you what
Like
the real rate is.
if I call the broker and I book the load on the open board, let's say the DAT board, right? And then they send the rate con to me up from what I picked off the DAT board, and then I take that and then I turn it into Dart,
Right.
and that's how it works.
And then Dart takes what they want, and then you get a percentage of what they.
Yeah, they take 30% and I get 70%
Yeah.
of the line haul only.
Right.
No fuel.
Right.
So Dart actually gets fuel surcharge too.
Well,
So do you get a surcharge?
Right now I do, per se, right?
well, that's because
they
it's
give me
contract freight.
non-haul-
You
Yeah, it's their
yeah.
contract freight.
You only get fuel surcharge on contract freight because when you're dealing with a broker, a lot of them just do all in, right? You're putting all that money in yourself. You got to know, okay, I'm going to charge this much for fuel surcharge, this much. That's why I want to do the load for $3,000. So they give you $3,000. They don't say, okay, $3,000 plus $500 in fuel on top of that. They don't do that. It's all in.
Okay. That's what I didn't know. I was
Right.
like, oh man,
Yeah, and then some brokers will break it out once you already negotiated the rate. Some will break it out,
Okay.
some won't. It just depends on
That's
how
how you get by. Like with CRST, they were a 70-30 with 100% fuel surcharge. So whenever I booked a load on the open board, I would have them break out however many cents this week is on the national average. I would have them break out and put it on the rate con, line haul, fuel surcharge. But they would break. There would just be one rate when I called them, but I'd have them break that fuel surcharge out because I'd get 100% of that. So I made sure every load I hauled off the board, I did that.
Okay, because
Just
right now
the way it's stated
I'm
on the rate
seeing
con is the way they have to pay you.
right now I'm seeing, with running Dart's freight and them dispatching me, which they're they're good with trying to do what I want. I'm seeing about $1.25 a mile for the line haul, and then I'm seeing sometimes $200-300 added on with the fuel surcharge. So it comes out to like an average of about $2 a mile. That's what I'm doing now, and I'm like, man, would I be shooting myself in the foot if I leave that program behind and jump into the open market?
So do you
Which
know
then
how they calculate fuel surcharge?
what's that?
Do you know how they calculate fuel surcharge?
No, but according to the formula that you did on the video, it's very close when I use that formula.
Okay.
So I don't feel like it's unfair. Now the line haul rate, I feel like, damn, that's cheap. $1 a mile, and that's after their cut, right? That's my cut. That's my 68%. So I don't know what they're
Right.
really getting for the freight, but I can't know that.
Yeah, as long as their fuel surcharge, you said it's 68% fuel surcharge is what you get, and
I get
as long as
68,
you
yeah.
add in that 32% of the rest, and then compare it back to what the national fuel surcharge should be. As long as they're in that ballpark,
You're in
you don't
charge,
have
big
a hill
deal.
to stand on.
I'm not
Right.
in
So
charge.
do you guys think I'd be shooting
Oh no,
myself
he's
in
doing
the
a James Best impression.
foot? Empty chair. Do you think I'd be shooting myself in the foot if I went on to that other program where I get to go to the open boards but then I get
Well, how much
70
freedom do you want? At that point, all you're doing is you're gaining freedom. You get to go and book what you want. See, they're finding you the loads now, so you're pretty much at their mercy. But by
Right.
going to
What
the
I'm
open
concerned
board,
about is what's going on right now. I'm hearing guys talk about volume is dropping and it's getting harder to find loads, and that may be exaggerated. That's why I'm asking you guys, like, is the market looking
Well,
so, gloom
so
that,
so if you stay out of if you stay out of traditionally dead haul markets, there's still
I run
freight,
the
right?
Midwest. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in the Midwest, you're gonna be fine. If you stay Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, Missouri, Georgia, you're gonna be fine.
Okay.
yep.
You know,
I
you'll
was getting
probably have to
You're in the
nervous.
take a
I
load.
didn't want to jump in.
Yeah, you might have to take a load once in a while that's under what if you're at $2 now, you might take a load here or there, but you might grab one that is more than that too, so it'll all balance out. But
Right. And that's kind of
the
how I'm
question is,
running now. Like,
right, the question is, where does the market go? Is it going to continue, or are we going to plateau, level off, and see our normal spring bump? We don't know.
right. 'Cause right now I'm kind of protected because their rates are contracted, so they're locked in. So I know, like, okay, if I stay where I'm at, it's going to be like this. And versus me, they finally released me to go out into the wilderness, and our rate's going to go. I can't imagine they'd go lower than what I'm working on now, right? So if I can survive
Yeah, see,
now, what
right
I'm
now,
getting,
what you're doing is you're working on miles. You're going on volume to make your revenue. By going on the spot market on the board, you don't have to do as many miles to make the same money. So it's wear
well,
and tear on your truck and more fuel and everything else.
well, I'm working on percentage, not miles, right now. But
Yeah, but it's all
their
based on
contract
mine.
rate.
You said it's $1.25 plus your fuel surcharge is what you're averaging about?
Yeah, that's by me looking at my numbers and doing my math, like, as
Right.
per mile. I figure I run my business by the per day formula, but when I'm
Exactly.
looking at a load, I try to look at it in all perspectives to make sure that it's good for me.
So are you making 3,000 miles a week or 2,000 miles a week to make your money is what the point I'm making.
I run about
I mean,
2,000 to 2,800, depending on the loads.
See, I want to go
try
the
run
least
short
amount of
loads.
miles and make the most money. I don't like going over 1,000 miles a week.
Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't work very much.
I don't work very much.
I was going to say, if you only run 1,000 miles a week, you're
Right.
You're only working like 3 days a week.
Right, and if he was on the 100, if he was on the 100% $850+ charge a week, he'd be broke.
Yep, that's the point I was trying to make. But because it's on the spot market and I'm averaging between $3 and $4 a mile, I don't do too bad. And we're home every other night, and we try to get the weekends off. Here lately, we haven't been doing anything because I've been trying to get the bot thing going. But
yeah, I'm a runner. I like to run,
Yeah, I mean,
as much as I can, trying to pay off this truck as fast as I can so I can get out of the situation and, come home to like trucking so I'll be close to home. So that's my goal.
right,
So yeah, but thanks guys. I was, I was like, what is going on? So I didn't want to make a bad decision, like get all excited about it and then shoot myself in the foot, So, because some people get really dramatic and like the warnings and like, the sky is falling, right? And I'm about to change and elevate, so I get to go out into the market and do that.
So whether you want to go into the spot market or whether you should stay in contract freight really boils down to what are your costs and can you ride a bottom in the spot, because the bottom's going to be deeper in the spot than it's going to be in contract, but the peaks are going to be much higher in the spot than you're ever going to touch. So it's all about what you can manage cost and if you can ride the lulls.
But she lives in one of the greatest areas in the country for regional spot market freight.
Right.
Yep.
I do.
That's a fact.
And that's what I'm running right now. Like I've got them trained now that I'm only in this area and you can't, and if they offer me anything else, I say no. So I've got my lanes picked out. So the only thing I'm not doing yet is being released to go onto the spot market, but that's coming very shortly. Like I'm number 8 on the waiting list, and I should be.
You want my opinion? I would say go for it, because then your revenue's based on your effort. Right now, they kind of have you, in bumper bowling. You got the bumpers on there. They have you in a certain area, and you're not going to make any more. 3,000 miles of work or however hard you can run is the most you're ever going to make.
You're right, and I see that. So yeah. So
well, Shannon,
I'm excited.
Let me ask you this: what
are
your business goals? Are your goals to make as much money as you can?
Well, I got short-term goals and long-term goals. My short-term goal is to pay off my truck so that I can get home, work with Jeff and all of them, so that I'm with a carrier that's near my house. I can work out of Michigan because DART does not work in Michigan. So I want to get back that way, but and I will. So I got a great truck. I got a great price on it. So I just got to knock it out, and then I can pull my truck and make my move. So that's my short-term goal. My long-term goal is just to build my business, and I would hope to get, maybe 1 or 2 more trucks and have a small fleet. That's my long-term goal. But I'm just working on my first truck right now.
And we can help you do that. I
know. I'm so excited. I just have to, I got to take the steps and be solid the whole time. I've been working on, I got Barb, which is recommended by Jeff, the accountant. She is absolutely wonderful. So she's making my business solid as far as all of that. And then I just hired my payroll company, and I ran my very first payroll. So that's now in place. And I changed my LLC to a C Corp. So I'm doing all of the, things foundation-wise to make sure that I'm so ready.
Good choice on the C Corp, by the way.
Yeah,
don't waste your time with an S Corp.
No, I know exactly the moves I'm making, and those are done now, and I'm paying myself like $800 a week, through my payroll service, and so far my business has been able to support that and still have money sitting in the bank. So I think I'm doing okay, and that's just on the $2 average per mile, right? So if I can operate on that, when you guys say if the rates go in the tank, what does that number mean?
Well, it depends. So,
yeah, go ahead.
Because the Midwest is going to pay $2.53. Like I think you said the other day, Jeff, the Midwest has never been below $2.
No,
but you're running regional and short.
Right, you're never going to go below that on short in the Midwest.
And then they're going to take 30%.
If that ever happened, the rest of the country's in trouble.
And they're going to take 30% off the top, and then I get 70%, right? That's
who
what
DART?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So when they let you go on the spot market, I go from 68% up to 70%, so they get 30%, and I can pick any loads that I want from anywheres, and they just get their cut, boom, clean and dry.
But you lose your fuel surcharge because of the contract freight.
Right, per se. Yeah, because right now, when they send me over the numbers, they show me what they make on the freight, and they take the times 68% or my 68%, and then they give me that number. That's my money. Then they show me the total fuel surcharge that they're making on the load, and then they take the 68% off, and then that's my number. So the program is...
See, that's the problem. You never get to see the contract. You never get to see the contract on that fuel surcharge.
Right. Yes. So you all know what I would suspect that I'm probably not seeing the real numbers there right now. So my next move is to go to the next level. And so I'm excited about that, but whatever rates they are going at right now, I pretty much feel like I have to ask for $3 because they're going to take 30% of that right off the bat.
Exactly.
So that's why I got a little nervous. So I appreciate all you guys' input.
But I'd be doubling up payments. I would be every spare nickel you got. I'd be making a payment to that truck and getting it paid off. That's what I did with our truck.
I got
nickel we made.
Very little budget of bills at home, so all my money is going to my company for that reason, because I'm really trying to get the truck out.
Right.
Yeah, Shannon, you said the next level. It's really not a next level. So you can either win the race slow and steady, or you can try and sprint. And it's just a different way to get to the same destination across the finish line of your goal. If you are risk averse and you want more security, then you haul contract freight because you can count on that money. If you're willing to swing for the fences and try and get there sooner, then you can go on the spot market. It's not the next level. It's just a different way to do the business. If you're risk averse and you want more security and more safety, then you stay doing what you're doing. If you're willing to take a risk, take a business risk, and get there quicker, it will give you more freedom. There's additional things that you get out of it, but it's the same business. It's not another level. And when people say company driver, lease driver, and then owner op, they're just different ways to do the same business. It's not a hierarchy like in a traditional Fortune 500 company or something. There's no progression. There's no progression there. It's just, what's your risk appetite? If your risk appetite's low, hauling a contract freight is a safe way to be in this industry. If you want more freedom to determine when you go out and when you go home and all that stuff, and as Cool Runnings said, you can make more money running less miles and less depreciation on your truck because you're not putting as many miles on it. That's another way to go, but it's riskier because if fuel goes up, you got no fuel surcharge. So if it goes up, you're going to eat that cost. Where you are now, you'll still get a fuel surcharge. If fuel goes up again, your fuel surcharge should go up. Now, if fuel comes back, your fuel surcharge is going to be reduced anyways running contract freight. So you just got to figure out what your risk appetite is and how quickly you want to achieve your goals.
Right. And I want to do it because I'm after this for the business, right? This is I'm trying to learn everything about running the business. So it was my plan in the first place why I left my job at JB Hunt to come here, because it was a company that I could achieve all the things that I needed to do to get my business going, and get the knowledge.
I think what Shannon meant about next level is if you're at one company and you go to another company and get to another level in your business, then you go there. So let's say she comes over here, it could be the next level above Dart because she knows that we would help her achieve if she wanted to be a multi-truck owner, right? She could do that.
Yeah.
We would help her find drivers and things like that, like I do with the other guys. And then if she wanted to go to somebody might say next level of that is her own authority, she knows that I would help her go to that part of it too, where Dart's not going to help you.
No, you're not going to build a company inside Dart. You shouldn't.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, and you also have to understand what your priorities are. Your priorities might be the most valuable thing we have out here is time, okay? And time and then freedom on that, okay? And in my opinion, I want the most time, because I'm an old guy. I want the most time that I can get. So that's how I try to work my business, is maximize the time.
Another thing, if you own a truck, maybe you want to do more around the house, right? Maybe you want to do more in a certain area, and the company you're at just doesn't have the freight to accommodate that, where you're working further out.
That's my case. Like, they don't do Michigan. I'm out here in the whole Midwest except for Michigan.
You can run Michigan all day long.
Right, and that's what I want to do.
There's a lot of Michigan loads.
Driver, so
yeah, there's a lot of Michigan freight.
Well,
a lot of Ohio freight. A lot of Indiana freight.
Right. Last year I ran a lot of the West Coast. When fuel got to $5-6 a gallon out there, I know how to run Michigan. I went to Michigan and I ran Michigan to Georgia, Georgia back to Michigan, Michigan to Missouri, Missouri back to Indiana, Indiana up to Michigan, and you can just bounce around right there. You can stay in relatively reasonable fuel and make a decent rate.
Sandman?
Right. That's how I like to run, because that's how I ran for JB Hunt as a regional intermodal driver, and I started learning, all that whole area. And so then I went back here at Dart, after I put in some time, I got some more choice over where I was running. I said, okay, now I'm only going to run this area, because my business goals also is to run that area, but be able to include Michigan, of course, because I live there, right? So it only makes sense for me to look at Jeff.
And the reason I know how to run Michigan is because of Jeff gave me a shot.
I had to do that because you came here and you didn't come see me, so you get the dump bell there. You get the train. You get the truck horn.
I was all Grand Rapids.
What's he saying? I can't hear him. You guys hear him? Anybody hear Sandman? Are you muted?
Oh, geez.
He wouldn't even come over here.
Okay,
He
what was
look
that?
at. He told me he would buy me a steak dinner. Pigtail, do you know where he never showed up?
I called you twice, Jeffrey. Like, I called you twice. You couldn't do it.
I bet if the yuppie trucker agreed to meet him for dinner, he'd show up.
Yeah, the yuppie trucker would have been here, guaranteed.
Hey, Shannon, do you owe Dart for that truck, or did you buy it on an outside vendor?
They work with a vendor called Highway Sales, and that's who I'm purchasing the truck from. So it's like they work in tandem. So Highway Sales sells their equipment. So I have a truck, a truck purchase contract with them for the truck, and then I have a freight agreement with Dart. So I have two business contracts. So
Okay, in the vendor, in their contract, are you bound to Dart?
No, no,
Okay.
not technically. It's the program works together, but my contract says that I can leave Dart if I want to, but there's some stipulations. So I can leave the Dart contract and go to another carrier, but there's certain stipulations that have to be met. Jeff, what are you doing?
So that means you're open for recruitment, right?
I already made my decision. I'm taking my business to like trucking.
Nice.
Good choice.
Because
Now
it
don't
makes
let
sense,
your head
'cause I'm
swell
right
there,
there
Jeff.
by Jeff.
Look,
I'm right there by Jeff, and it's home, and it only makes sense for my business plans, so it works. And
Plus, he has a pole barn.
them.
We can work on your truck.
well, when I build the bigger one, when I actually build the shop, hopefully it gets done this year. It's in the works. Whether it gets finished, I don't know yet.
If you can get those permits.
Yes.
Hey, I know where the property is. I'll just go park on the property the way it is.
Yes, you could do that too. The road's there.
Yep.
Road's there.
Yeah, Jeff's really taught me the most, man, and I'm like, it fits, it just fits everything I'm trying to do in my business plan, so it only makes sense.
Do you all read this? Can you all see this right here? Look, Cool Trucking. I know you. Here, let me blow it up for you, Cool Trucking. Look what he did. Look, he's leaving now. That's right here. Do the truck pull away.
Well, that's because he came to the truck stop and picked me up, Jeff. He answered his phone.
Bye, Cascade. I should hit the dump valve. Boom. There you go. Yeah. So, what else are we going to talk about before I hit the dump valve?
I think Shannon's making a good choice.
Well, yeah, because
I won't go any other place. If I do, it's to retirement. See, this is the only place I'll be for the rest of the career.
Let's see what Paul says. Man, thanks, Paul.
Well, yeah, and as you're trying to learn the industry, Jeff's just top notch. I mean, he'll be there to lean on and learn from.
But only if you want to lean on him. He doesn't force you to lean on him.
I've learned so much
Well,
from him already.
Yeah.
I just feel like, it's only natural just to, try to get there. But Jeff has a stipulation too, like you got to come with your own truck. So I had to do something like this to get my own truck.
Because I've been asked to buy trucks, and I thought about it, right? Because I could get a full maintenance lease deal with Volvo/Mac and get the trucks and then do like full maintenance lease deals with the driver with the option to buy out at the end, right? I could do that option, but I just decided not to go that route because it's not in my business plan right now how I want to grow at this point. In the future, could be. It's not. I haven't put that out of the game plan. But I do trailers. I do lease purchase trailers to guys and things like that.
I get the next reefer.
Before you said when you were driving, you were leasing a full maintenance lease truck.
Yes.
What? Okay, as a small business right now where I'm at, like if I wanted to do that, what do they require so that you can qualify to do something like
You can't
that?
do
Like, what
that
would I be
because
looking-
Can't do it.
you could have done it about 3 years ago when Graf still owned Graf Volvo. Right? You remember, Graf Volvo on Saginaw Street, right at the highway there. It's now M&K. M&K bought them out, but when it was Graf and Graf's daughter / son-in-law owned that dealership, they would do the lease purchase, full maintenance lease, to an individual that's done business with them, like I did. I could have got you in there on that, but when they got bought out, M&K is a bigger conglomerate, and they want corporate, which I can get that because how big this corporation is, right? I can get the full maintenance lease programs.
Okay, so you can't like be a small person, like small business like me, and try to
Not anymore.
Okay.
Unless you found a mom and pop Volvo dealer and they did it on a personal basis.
Yep.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was like leasing a car, like a
No.
car dealership. Like,
Six.
okay.
It's really hard. They're really hard to find.
See, I did maintenance with them guys for like almost 20 years, and I bought and sold trucks, and I took my 880 Volvo up there, up in the one in Saginaw, not the one in Flint. I stopped the one in Saginaw and talked to John there. I was talking to him. They were going to buy my 880 Volvo, and I was going to buy that smaller Volvo because I was downsizing plus fuel mileage. And he brought up, hey, you did a lot of business. You ever thought of a full maintenance lease? We ran the numbers, and that fit my business plan at that time. So
do you know
I
about
went that route.
Matrix Expedited Services in Flint, Jeff?
Do what?
You know about Matrix Expedited Services in Flint?
Yeah, Matrix over there by the airport.
Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
very first trucking job, and they lease their trucks, but they do it through Ryder
Right.
over
Yes.
there on.
And it's expensive. Rider lease is expensive.
Okay,
Yeah, it's expensive.
okay.
You can do it through them. For example, Pigtail, you do reefers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. To like extra lease to rent a reefer, they want $14.95 a month plus 6 cents a mile plus $1.50 an hour for every hour in the reefer.
Dang.
So if you do 10,000 miles in a reefer, you're $2,100 plus the hour time per month just to rent it.
Jeez.
At that point, you might as well buy a brand new one.
Right, they're
Payment's going to be
expensive.
about the same.
Yeah, they're expensive. Yep. But that's all I got for tonight. I mean, we did a lot of giveaways. I lost my hat. I lost my last hat. Pigtail, I'll buy some more so you'll get a hat. You need, I see your big head. You need a quadruple XL?
Large.
Large. Well, I had one, but I gave that to Snorlord. So when you see Snorlord, take it off his head.
He deserves it, man. He does a phenomenal job as your safety.
He does.
director.
He does. He's a great guy. Does a great job.
And we like to give them a hard time.
Right. You guys love to give him a hard time. And I think they just do it. You know, they'll do stuff on the ELD just so I think Snorler will call him. You know, I really do think that. Yeah.
That may
Just so
be
they can
true.
talk to him. Yep.
These are good conversations, so that's okay.
Yeah. Here, you wanna hear some of his music?
Here we go, getting ready to be dumped.
No? I'll just play his music.
Oh. I thought he was going to dump us all.
Oh, we can dump you. Okay, look, we're gonna dump you. See you, cool Trevor. Alright, everybody, thanks for watching. We're leaving on the Snorlord's music. And did you get paid to help them? Do you get paid to help them? No, I do not, Darn Armstrong. Some people would say yeah, because you know the company gets a percentage, but personally, no, I do not. It's all done because I'd like to help out as many people as I can achieve their goals in business and so forth. We'll see see everybody later, and I got to find my clip. Trucking Office, remember, if you want to try them out, just click on that brrn 2018, put that in their code, you get 10% off for life, and as you grow, that'll save you a lot of money. We're out of here.